Hello, my foot hurts and my laptop's charging, so we're doing it on the floor. Alright, I'm going to start out my presentation by asking if anyone has ever heard or knows what a bassoon is. And then I'll go, okay, cool. My presentation is going to be all about the bassoon. What are my credentials to make a presentation all about the bassoon? Well, you see, I was in the LaPorte County Symphony Orchestra my junior year. I was a student apprentice. I had to audition for that role. I've also played for around 8 years. I started in 6th grade, so been a long time. I was also part of 2 all-state bands my senior year. One of them I had to audition for, and the other I got in through my credentials. Currently, I study under Mike Trinicosti. He's a professional bassoonist out of Fort Wayne, Indiana, and he has worked at Fox Products, which is a bassoon manufacturing company, for over 36 years. This is a picture of me and Cindy Alt. She was the principal bassoonist in the LaPorte County Symphony Orchestra. Why do I think learning about the bassoon is important? Culturally, I think it's really important. A lot of wind bands and symphony orchestras have music that is written with a bassoon in mind, and a lot of people just don't know what the bassoon is. It's one of the rarest common instruments. So what is a bassoon? Through this presentation, I aim to demonstrate that the bassoon is a mysterious instrument with rare, mysterious beginnings, but it has formed into a complex masterpiece over time. I will be demonstrating this by explaining the bassoon based on its history, what it is today, and how it is played. The invention of the bassoon. So the biggest question, right, is who invented the bassoon? Nobody actually knows. According to New World Encyclopedia, the modern bassoon first appeared around the 1800s, but there were forms of the bassoon present in the Baroque era, which is before the 1800s. One of those forms is the dulcian. Some believe that the modern bassoon came directly from that. Others believe that this was a brand new instrument. But according to Grinnell College, the dulcian is a double reed instrument that was developed in Europe, as was the bassoon. It does have some very big similarities and differences. Some of the similarities are the holes. The bassoon also has 3 holes per hand. But obviously, this is so simplified compared to today. We did not come here to learn about the dulcian. We came here to learn about the modern bassoon. So what exactly is it? Well, there are many different types. There's a German style and a French style. I'm not going to talk about the French style because I don't know anything about it, and I've never played one. I'm going to talk about the German style, which is typically used in the US. The German style bassoon is one of the oldest members of the woodwind family, and it has a very wide range, about 3 octaves. It typically plays in the bass clef, but I have also seen bassoon music written in tenor clef, which is above the bass clef. And according to Fox Products, their website, there are 3 different types of Fox bassoons that you can buy. It's the long bore, short bore, or thick wall bassoons. Long bore bassoons typically have a warm sound and they're stable intonation. Short bores project a lot better. They're better for solo players. And the thick wall is got more power to it, but they're harder to play. The bassoon in symphony orchestras typically plays the bass line, but because it has about a 3 octave range, or even a little bit more than that, it can play the melody or counter melody occasionally. There's another form of the modern bassoon called the contrabassoon. This is basically just a really big bassoon, and it sounds a lot deeper. This information is also according to Grinnell College. It was developed in Europe, just like the bassoon was, and it was actually developed by the Heckel family in Germany. That was, the Heckel family is one of the bassoon manufacturers I know about. Fox is the other, and Fox is actually stationed in Indiana. So we've learned about what the bassoon is. Now, how is the modern bassoon played? Most of this is going to come from my prior knowledge, as I have played for 8 years. You can play it sitting or standing up. It uses a strap. I lovingly call it the butt strap, because nobody told me what it was in 6th grade. There are many different parts to the bassoon. There's a bocal, which is the metal part that comes out, and then the double reed that you play on. And then there's 4 different tubes that you have to connect. They're also called joints. I did not bother counting how many holes were on my bassoon because on every different model of the bassoon, it differs. But I will tell you that there are 13 thumb keys on mine. There's 9 that I play with my left thumb, and there's 4 that I play with my right. On the bottom of the slide here, I put that the reed makes up a majority of how the tone will sound. That's because double reeds are incredibly finicky. They're made out of 2 pieces of cane put together. And as you can imagine, there's a lot of issues with that sometimes. So that's essentially it for how the modern bassoon is played. But I'm sure your next question would be, what does it sound like? I cannot wait to show you. Now this is the point in the presentation where I would show my sources, and then I'd get the bassoon out and play like 30 seconds and then be done. Thank you.